Did you just get your PCS orders and you're going to be stationed at Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam but have no idea where you should live or where it's even located? Well, we're going to break down all that information so we can demystify it so when you arrive, you know where you should be living if you plan on living off post and where the base is actually located. So let's jump right into it. What's going on, guys? Like I mentioned in this video, we are going to cover everything you need to know in regards to locations of where you'd want to live if you're going to live off post, how long it would take to actually get to work when it comes to actually being stationed at Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam. Now, with that being said, let me quickly introduce myself. If this is your first time here, my name is Patrick Longley. I'm a licensed real estate agent out here and have been for nearly a decade helping buyers, sellers, investors, and more importantly, service members like yourself with their real estate needs. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I got some boots on the ground, got my contact information right here, or you can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms. With that being said, let's get into the details of where everything's actually located and how close it is to Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam. So the first thing we want to understand is, where is Joint Base Pearl Harbor? So you'll actually see on this map, Joint Base Pearl Harbor is obviously right on the water. You can see that it's kind of in this horseshoe kind of shape where we've got, Ewa, Makakilo, and Kapolei on the left side, and then right above we have Pearl City and AIEA and Mauna Loa, and these are all going to be places you're going to probably want to be interested in, and we're going to talk about those in a second. But that's exactly where Pearl Harbor or Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam is actually located. Now, the next thing you want to be aware of is, where are the hospitals in relation to the base, especially if you're living on base or near base. The two main hospitals that you most likely will be visiting, God forbid if anything happens, is going to be Tripler Medical. That's going to be that huge, massive pink building. You can't miss it, up on the mountain, up on the hill, or Kaiser Permanente. Both of those are only about a 10-minute drive from base, so if anything happens, you're pretty close to a hospital. Now, if you're gonna be living off post, we're gonna go over a slew of different options for you, and more importantly, how far away that is from work. First one you have is AIEA or AIEA Heights. Now, this is probably gonna be the closest to work. You're looking at maybe about a 6-minute drive to work. Another great option for you is Salt Lake. Now, Salt Lake is about 10-minute drive away, and you'll probably find a little bit lower prices in regards to rent and purchasing compared to AIEA. And then if you actually wanna be in the thick of it and you want to live in town because you love being around people, you want to be around skyscrapers, kind of that city life, you can of course live in Honolulu or Waikiki. Now, over there you'll find plenty of options if you're looking for studios, one bedrooms, because there's all these skyscrapers that offer that, and you have some great walkability because you can't throw a rock and hit a good restaurant, and of course you have the infamous Waikiki beach. But if you are going to live in town, just know that it can be a bit of a pain to get out of town and actually on the freeway, so the drive to work, depending on traffic, can be about 30 minutes. Now, the good news is generally you're going in the opposite direction of traffic. Usually from about 7 to 9 a.m. we have the traffic coming from basically the west side to town, and in the opposite direction during work. So if you're living in town, you're actually going in the opposite direction of traffic, which is a major pro. Another option for you is living on the windward side, living in Kaneohé. Kaneohé is a great option because you literally jump on the Like Highway and it pushes you directly into Pearl Harbor. And so you're probably looking at about a 30 minute drive, but you are in Kaneohé, which is absolutely gorgeous. Tons of lushness, greenery, and you're on the windward side, which is always nice. Another option is, if we go a little bit more west and towards the middle of the island, we have options like Waipio as well as Royal Kunia. These are also some great options for you. Generally about 20-minute drive to Pearl Harbor. And then if you really want to get the most bang for your buck in regards to price per square foot, quality of living, and having more of a suburbia feel, I would definitely suggest checking out Ewa, Kapolei, and Makakilo. They're all right there kind of towards the west side. You get some great homes over there, whether you're renting or buying. Newer constructed, basically all built in the 90s and 2000s, double wall construction, dual pane windows, central AC, sometimes they'll have solar, and a lot of amenities in that area. I've got a video right here that goes over the pros and cons of some of those areas, so make sure you check that out. But with that being said, great option, Ewa, Kapolei, and Makakilo. Now, the one challenge with that is the traffic with that area. Now, generally getting to Pearl Harbor will take you about 30 minutes without traffic, but with traffic, it can be upwards of an hour. So just kind of keep that in mind. And what I would suggest is, before you decide on a place, drive during high traffic hours and see how it affects your mental state and whether it's something that you can deal with. Now, if you really want to get the most bang for your buck, the best option for you is going to be the west side. That's going to be basically parts of Waianae, Maile, and Makaha. Now, the one thing you have to keep in mind though is the traffic. Once again, you're gonna have to beat the traffic twice. You've got the proper west side traffic because you have one lane going in and one lane going out basically. And then you have to beat the Kapolei to town traffic. So the drive can be, again, about 45 minutes, but can be upwards of about hour 15 if you do have traffic, sometimes more than that. So again, test the drive before you actually make a decision. Now let's shift gears onto being actually on base. Now the on base housing, they have about 4,000 units, but if you plan on actually living on base, you're gonna wanna get on that waiting list as soon as possible. So make sure you reach out to the on-house basing department. I believe it's called Island Palms Community. I don't know, double check on that, but you're gonna wanna reach out to them and get on that waiting list, because sometimes it's really easy to get on and sometimes the waiting list is huge. And lastly, the amenities on base, specifically for Pearl Harbor. You're gonna have a Target, commissary, which is always nice, you don't have to pay taxes on your goods, as well as the Navy Exchange, which is a great place if you're looking for some furniture. And that's pretty much it. So that's basically everywhere you're gonna wanna live if you are stationed or based at Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam, and also some of the amenities that are included, and also some of the things you're gonna wanna do if you plan on living on base. So with that being said, if you guys got any value out of this content, if you guys could do me a huge favor, really helps with the algorithm, if you could smash that like button as well as click the subscribe and notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop videos just like this. Also check out these 2 videos, which may be helpful for your PCS process out here in Hawaii and understanding some of the different areas. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I'm Patrick with PatrickWallenRealty.com, powered by eXp Realty. Talk to you soon. Aloha.